Hey, good morning, everybody. It's Hammer. Today is Thursday, November 20th, 2025. I, of course, am Hammer, founder of Originator Success, Grab and Go Social, and Rate Sensei. You can join me live each and every weekday morning, 9:30 a.m. Eastern Time. Sorry, having a little bit of internet issues this morning getting started, but we're up and going now. So glad to have you here. If you're here this morning, say good morning. If you are watching on the replay, don't forget to give me a hashtag replay. If you'd like a reminder, a text reminder that I'm going live, sign up for those at hmmr.io/reminder or use the school QR code. Once again, it's hmmr.io/reminder. Also, don't forget to go check out Grab and Go Social. If you want to start getting some more business from social media, you want an easy way to build your social media presence, you want coaching on social media, you want done for you content for social media, we have all of that. Check that out, grabandgosocial.com. You can sign up for $7 to give it a try. It's awesome. Austin runs it. It's awesome. So also you can sign up for our lock advice, which is absolutely free at ratelockadvice.com. And don't forget, you can also sign up for our text alerts, which are a whopping $7 a month, but they're always great to have. And you can get those at ratetextalerts.com. So if you're here this morning, say good morning. I'm going to go ahead and say hi to some of my friends who are here, and then we'll jump in and get started. We've got Ms. Holly Johnson on. Good morning, Holly. Megan Bissell, Mike Brown, Amy Blauser. Great to see you. Ron Siegel. Good morning. National Peanut Butter Fudge Day, according to my friend Ron Siegel. Let me know in the comments which favorite flavor fudge. Do you like fudge? I'll put that in the captions. Do you like fudge, and what would be your favorite flavor? So, here it is. Hold on, I'm typing this in. Do you like fudge, and what is your favorite flavor? All right, so let me pop that down on the bottom of the screen. Feel free to answer that. I'm just going to have some fun with that today. But let's see who else we got on, and then we'll go ahead and jump in. Vicky McSweeney, good morning. Mike Tebow, Rob Stewart, Mallory Fodiatis, Deb Dickinson, Will Patterson. Mike Morano, good morning, sir. Yep, still traveling, still here. I will be taking the red eye tonight. So, good morning, Charlie Badita. Good morning, Angela. Good morning, Kathleen, Robert Bashirs, Rob, Stewart, Eric. Great to have all of you here. So, all right, I'm going to go ahead and get into the good stuff. You guys answered the question of the day. We got jobs data this morning, which we knew was coming. It was exciting. And I got an update on jobs data because it's an important one. Don't know how I missed this, and I don't know why it is, but it is what it is. So I'm going to show you that in a minute. But in the meantime, let me go ahead and scroll up to, here you go. All right, quick recap. Let me go ahead and share with you what is going on this morning. All right. Here we go. So taking a look here, as you can see, mortgage-backed securities are currently up 16 basis points on the morning, which sounds really, really, really awesome, except for the fact that if you take a look at where we were when we came up with pricing yesterday and where we are now, it's just a very tiny bit improved because of this big issue right here. So you could see yesterday, 10 a.m., things were there. We had to send out a reprice risk alert yesterday. So again, when you want to protect your pipeline, check out some of our stuff to help you do that, like our text lock alerts. So we did send out a lock alert yesterday in this dip that you're seeing over here. Right here, this is when we did see lenders starting to reprice worse yesterday, and things got worse from there. Let me go ahead and take this off the screen so you can see the full. There you go. Oh, come on. There you go. All right. Taking a look over here, you will see that we were down on the day to start. See this right here? This little, anything before this dotted line, anything on this side is yesterday, but right here, this is this morning that we had right there. And then look at the jump in bonds with the jobs data. So, bonds this morning were down about 175. We picked up about 20 basis points, all of the gains this morning. And that's due to the jobs data, the way that the jobs data came in. As you can see here, employers added 119,000 jobs in September. which is higher than the negative number we had before, but it's still a pretty weak number. But what's really helping bonds this morning is unemployment. Yeah, I don't need your offer because I'm already a member. All right. Unemployment rose to 4.4%, the highest since October 2021. But the increase was driven by an expansion in the labor force, with the participation rate climbing to 62.4%. Within ethnic groups, I don't want to get into ethnic groups, but this part here, this is a why we're seeing the reaction we're seeing this morning. Non-farm payrolls themselves climbed by 119,000, more than all forecasts. So this is a stronger than expected number here, and this is actually keeping the improvements tempered. So it's two opposing forces. Remember, these are two different reports that we get. And the reason they're two different reports because one is a survey of businesses. That's where they come up with the number of jobs created. And then one is a survey of households. That's where they come up with the unemployment rate. So the unemployment rate was up to 4.4%, even though there were more jobs created than expected. So that's where we're at. Now, I want to show you guys something, though, because I did not know this, and it kind of shocked me with where things are at. So let me pull this back up. Talking about jobs. Now, the Fed meeting, when's the next Fed meeting? Does everyone remember? It is December 10th. So if we take a look here, the Fed meeting, you see it right here, 10 December 25. Right, and that's right here that we're seeing that. So the next Fed meeting is December 10th. Now, yesterday, let me see if it shows up even in the compare. Come on, compare. Oh, okay. Look at yesterday. Yesterday, I warned you that as we saw this expectation for a December rate cut drop, that would cause mortgage rates to creep higher, right? So we saw big expectations a month ago, almost 100% expectation of a Fed rate cut. A week ago, it was a 50% expectation. Yesterday, it was down to a 30% expectation. Today, it has gone up and improved a little bit, which is helping bonds. It's up to 40% because of this jobs data. That is 100% because of the unemployment number. And that has, traders thinking that the Fed is going to have to cut with such a weak employment situation. However, take a look. The September data is what we just got, and that was on November 20th. That's right here. Now, we knew the October data was not going to come. The October data, hold on, pop on the screen here. So the October data, that would have come in November. So the first week in November, we would have gotten the October report. I was anticipating that we would stay on our normal schedule, and the jobless data is usually out the first, you see it here, it's the first week of the month. And last year in 2024, on December 6th, was when we had jobs data. So I figured, okay, we should have our jobs data, even though we have a shutdown. It was lifted last week, and we should have jobs data in December. Sure, they're going to have to scramble. They're going to have to get it done, but we should have jobs data. However, I was wrong. The jobs data does not come out until December 16th. I had not read anything anywhere that there would be a delay in the release of the November jobs data. Well, December 16th is after December 10th. That means this was the last report that the Fed is going to have before the Fed meeting on December 10th. That made it more of a big deal than it probably would have been in my mind. Again, we're not seeing a huge reaction for the data being the data. The reality being that it is September. It's old data. However, we're still seeing a reaction. It's helping bonds this morning. You certainly can't argue that there's a reaction. The reaction is right here in front of us. It is a big jump in bonds, an improvement in bonds, good for rate sheets. That's going to help us to have rate sheets this morning that'll be similar to yesterday. And if these gains hold, maybe even a little bit better. I don't trust these gains. My advice is to continue to lock. I don't think that we're going to, there's volatility as we head into the Fed meeting, and we're not going to have jobs data on the first week of December. I didn't look at the calendar to see exactly what date it would have been. So that kind of threw me. Ron said they're combining the October and November report into one. So, Ron, where did you? I mean, you don't have to go nuts, but where did you catch that? By the way, I did not see that. Um, they are combining the October and November jobs data into one report after the FOMC meeting. Part of the reason is the household survey is lost due to shutdown. So, Ron providing us some insight into why what's happening is happening. And again, I did not. Yesterday, I talked about how we would get a jobs report before the Fed meeting. Did not even think that they wouldn't have that pulled together. Uh, Mike Thibault said in the past we needed 150,000 growth to compensate for retiring deaths. Not the birth death model to net zero growth. The Yeah, no, I mean, you're right. 119 is not the number of jobs that we're looking for, but it still came in stronger than expected, and it actually is helping equities to bounce a little bit this morning. Ron said jobs report is model versus survey. Is it really? I thought that was business survey. I thought it was a business survey, but Ron is the guy with the no, so that's good to know. Non-farm payroll beats, but again, the revisions are negative. Oh yeah, I didn't even look at the revisions. I just woke up, guys. I'm definitely tired this morning. Um, Being on the West Coast is getting to me, especially last night was the party night. So you know how these events go, right? Like mortgage ones. Now I've been very good, and I've been in my room sleeping between 9 and 10 o'clock, except for last night because I will be flying out today, and I figured, what's the heck? I want to sleep on the plane anyway, so if I'm really tired tonight, that's a good thing. So that's where I will be. Um, Scott Groves, rare day. You're not at jiu-jitsu and you don't get to see my hammer's hat. I'm right here, baby. You see me? Now you got me. So good to see you, my friend. Very good to see you. So, all right. And Ron Siegel's making fun of me. The East Coast guy wearing a jacket in SoCal. Your weather feels colder on the West than equal temperatures in other parts of the country. Dude, it's 52 this morning, so it's warmer than yesterday, but it's still cold. It's still cold. 52 at my house would be beautiful, though. You're right. It's definitely there. So, Sean said CNBC, the combined report wouldn't include jobs numbers, but would be a combined business survey. And they're not going to have, I'll have to look that up. We'll take a look at CNBC and see uh, what that is. That's crazy. So, anyway, it's fun times as we get through this data and we'll see where things go. But it does make for a little bit of volatility. But even with the volatility, look at how stable everything actually is. Which is pretty crazy when you think about it. I mean, we are still looking at, let me adjust this here. We're looking at a 10-year treasury yield, 4.11. Does that not sound familiar or what? 4.11. That is like exactly where we've been for the last couple of days. We do have the 10-year treasury auction this afternoon. We could see that give a little volatility. I think we're going to see some of these gains. Right now, we're still seeing, how come it keeps going to that one? That's annoying. Here you go. This morning, we're still seeing, look at this uptick. It's an upward direction here, right? I still don't, oh, you guys aren't seeing that. Let me move that over a little bit. Doobie doobie doo. Here you go. So this morning, this is in an upward direction. Right now, bonds still improving from after the big jump that you see right here, of course, after the jobs data. I don't trust it though. So I think reprice risk is pretty moderate today. I think there's a good chance we could see that fall down. Ron said many economists are laughing at the Fed when they say they don't have the employment data. There are other sources beyond just the bad data from the BLS. That is true, and Danielle DiMartino Booth talks about that all the time about the different data and showing the weakness in the labor market. Again, a lot of talk that the weakness in the labor market is due to AI and not an actual economic weakness. So that's what part of that is as well. So keep that in mind and kind of where we're at. So right now, though, just to wrap up, mortgage-backed securities, up 14 basis points. I'm anticipating we're going to see this lose ground. We were just up 17 a minute ago, and it's kind of ticked down. I think as the day goes on, I think we're going to see this continue to drop. That's my opinion. If we do see that, you definitely want to have some urgency to lock loans because you don't want to see rate sheets lose ground. Right now, the expectation, as we've seen, the expectation of a Fed rate cut now at about 40%. It was 50 Then it dropped down to 30 yesterday. This weaker jobs data giving us a little bit of a rebound, so it's down, it's 40%, but I think that's going to continue to drop, and will cause that same kind of reaction. Taking a look, yesterday was a good day for rate sheets. We saw them move a little bit. Let me slide this over for you. Hold on. That was annoying because I didn't put it in the next screen. Hold on. Bear with me, y'all. I'm sorry. It's a little harder. I'm doing it on the iPad, though. All right. So this morning, yesterday, we saw rate sheets that were slightly improved. You're just talking such tiny movements. Generally, rebate pricing, very small moves in rebate pricing. Rates themselves not changing much. Quotes to clients, some variation. But when you're talking, two hundredths of a point here, tenths, hundredths, you talk 200ths of a point, not really a big deal. So that's what we're seeing today. Should be very similar to yesterday. I don't think it's going to be much better, especially if we see, if we see this lose ground this morning. So, all right, my friends. Well, one last view for you because I will be leaving tomorrow. Well, leaving tonight rather. Let me show you. Oh, let me turn off the screen share so you get the full picture. There you are. Say goodbye to the West Coast. Say goodbye to California. There you go. Say goodbye. It is beautiful. Definitely beautiful views out here. But I am outie, excited to be home. I think I will probably have to do a recorded one tomorrow, though. I think I'm going to be on a plane, but we'll deal with that tomorrow. You'll definitely see me tomorrow. So thank you so much for joining me, all. If you're here this morning, say good morning. Don't forget in the comments, tell us, do you like fudge and what's your favorite flavor? Let's see. Kathleen said chocolate. Rob Stewart is going with peanut butter fudge, and today is peanut butter fudge day, according to Ron Siegel. What else we got? Let me know in the comments. What's your favorite fudge? I'm not a big fudge guy. I'll eat it. It's sugar, but I'm not a big fudge guy. Good morning, Jerry Avila. And yeah, it is always beautiful. Vicky, good morning, and you're welcome. John Melnick, good morning. So anyone want to tell me what kind of fudge they like before we wrap up? I'm trying. I'm here for you. Tell me your fudge. Otherwise, I am out of here, my friends. So, all right. Well, you tell me your fudge in the comments. I'm still out of here. I'm going to go take a shower. What Mike said, Vicky McSweeney said peanut butter fudge. Very good, Vicky. So, all right. I'll see you guys tomorrow, one way or another, recorded or live, but I'll be there. I got you. I'll be there for you. These 5 words I swear to you. When rates move, I want to be there for you. I'll be there. I'm going to get a copyright strike for that. All right. Take care, everybody. Bye.